September 11th and 12th, Sunday and Monday. So the sun is in Virgo and the moon is in Aries. First of all, can we just pause for a minute on Sunday? September 11th changed so many of us forever. Nothing will ever be the same, and everyone remembers where they were on that date. And it's our challenge to be able to be kind enough to forgive, which is hardly easy to do. It's a difficult task. But most of all, to have compassion for the families that have a loss. In my book, The Missing Element, I tell the story of a fireman whose name was Charlie. He was literally the captain of a firehouse for probably 25 years. On September 10th, he retired. Somebody came in on September 11th to take his job. He was literally on a plane to fly to Hawaii on the 11th. And his whole house, firehouse, they all died, including the man that took his job. So he got to Hawaii and we became client and therapist, and I worked with him, and he's in my book under the water chapter, even though he's a fireman because he was a Scorpio. But the story was that he had to forgive himself in some awkward way for having lived, and then forgive all that which occurred so he could have a life. And he then became a yoga teacher. It's such a crazy story. He did not move to Hawaii in the end. His whole karma changed. September 11th, a lot of people's lives changed. And what I learned from Charlie, which was so profound, was his unbelievable willingness to forgive the unforgivable, because it's a storyline that none of us can accept what occurred. Now, the moon's in Aries and Jupiter's in Aries. If you look up at the sky during Sunday and Monday, you're going to see right next to the moon this super shiny, because Jupiter, of course, is 100 times the size of Earth. It's big. So there's going to be a planet next to the moon, which gives a lot of chi. So I'm going to say on Sunday, good day to do some prayers, to do some reflection, to be grateful. All of you that were affected directly by that, take my greatest compassion for how life has stalked and taught and hurt you. I really have great love for those that had to live through that difficult lesson. And because there's a grand trine in Earth, we have Sun in Virgo, Uranus in Taurus, Pluto in Capricorn. The degrees aren't exactly tight, but there's a lot of Earth. It's a very grounded weekend. And the moon in Aries gives us the get up and go. So take some time to reflect on the 11th, a moment when life changed everything for us. And then when you wake up Monday morning, you're going to feel that Aries energy. Get up, use it. It's the fall. Colors are changing. It's our opportunity to be grateful. It's always a sign of change when the spring leaves, summer comes, and then here comes fall. All the changes. So I want to say to any of you who had the loss, please take my compassion, put it in your heart. And then I want to say to the rest of you on this weekend, and certainly Monday morning, see if you can't feel that big chi energy to get some really good things done when there's a grand trine on Earth. Why not? If a baby were born with this would be a really strong manifesting or woman-festing energy. The Earth with that fire that gets a person going. See if you can feel it.